Here's a group of remarkable high school science students who have won Ford Future Scientists of America Scholarship Awards. Talented youngsters whose unusual science projects are shown at the Ford Motor Company Scientific Laboratory in Dearborn, Michigan, part of the engineering and research complex. Ford Vice President and Director of the laboratory is Dr. Michael Ferentz, shown here with Associate Dr. J.E. Goldman, as they welcome Tom Brody of Birmingham, Michigan. His project, a Kelvin electrostatic water-dropping generator. Carol Ann Danko, a student at the Lourdes Academy, Cleveland, Ohio, explains a polarograph she constructed for use in determining redox potentials. Her project won her a major national award. Bruce Walker's experiments in hull design are the result of a study he has undertaken on the economics of water shipping, directed toward the design of a hull similar to the LSTs of World War II that can accept and discharge cargo more efficiently. He's a high school student from Ann Arbor, Michigan. This bubble chamber was built by Leonard Joris, also of Ann Arbor, and is designed to study bubble nucleation. Dr. Ferentz considered it an outstanding job of design and development. The Scholarship Award program is managed by the National Science Teachers Association, a group of dedicated high school instructors. In a tour of the Ford Scientific Lab, the students were shown examples of pure and applied research being conducted in each of their fields of interest. The Ford Future Scientists of America program acknowledges that the scientific and technological advances of tomorrow depend on the students and teachers of today. Their accomplishments in science and engineering will largely determine America's position as a leader among free nations. This commemorative seal honors the 100th anniversary of Henry Ford. Born on a Michigan farm in 1863, he literally put America on wheels long before his death in 1947. Centennial observances this year throughout the country and abroad will recall his many accomplishments. Inventor of the first practical automobile, the Model T, father of the moving assembly line and mass production, and his inauguration of the $5 day. Builder of the first all-metal multi-engine aircraft, the Tin Goose Tri-Motor, which sparked the growth of the nation's airlines, and his invention of a radio beacon for guiding planes, which was considered a major step toward safe operation of commercial aircraft. At the turn of the century, when Henry Ford was 37 years old, Main Street was a conglomeration of horse-drawn buggies, bicycles, and public streetcars. And outside the city, road conditions did little to encourage travel from one place to another, even by bicycle. But a bicycle wheel, mounted on a buggy and powered by a gas engine, was soon to change our whole way of life. By 1927, the 15 millionth Ford was on the road, and roads went everywhere. To the city, to the country, and to all sorts of unlikely places. In his later years, Henry Ford still enjoyed an occasional ride in the original quadricycle, and the world had changed considerably between his first and last ride in the strange-looking buggy. America had advanced from the age of the horse and buggy to the world's mightiest industrial nation. It is because of his principal role in this advance that Henry Ford's many accomplishments are recalled in this centennial year of his birth. weather in the east, and World's Fair construction, looking ahead to next spring, is moving at a rapid pace despite an exceptionally severe winter. One of the largest structures is nearing completion. Ford Motor Company's massive pavilion, which parallels New York's Grand Central Parkway. And here's a model of the building being examined by master showman Walt Disney, who has been commissioned to create the show and entertainment features. An exciting trip through a fantasy land of the past, present, and future will show animal life from the dawn of civilization. The full-size creatures are being made at the Walt Disney Studios in California, and through a remarkable Disney-created process called audio animatronics, they will move realistically through scenes depicting the beginning of life on Earth. Even more remarkable are these realistically animated figures of early man. This poor fellow seems alarmed about something. Or maybe he's trying to tell Mr. Disney about some of the exciting shows scheduled for the World's Fair, which will open in April of 1964. With the genius of Mr. Disney on the job, it's bound to be exciting. You'll find one in almost every city. A drag strip sponsored by the Lions Club, the local police, or other civic-minded organizations. And nearly any weekend, you can see some of the finest examples of automotive engineering. Beautifully tuned vehicles equipped with the finest of engineering accessories. Young drivers who are as well known to the teenage set as Dan Gurney or Jim Clark are to international Grand Prix racing. Their racing strip is only a quarter mile in length. But these powerful, highly specialized machines called dragsters cover the distance in just over 8 seconds and register speeds in excess of 180 miles an hour. Strictly enforced, safety regulations make it one of the safest auto performance events in existence. Drogue chutes developed for jet aircraft help decelerate some of the faster performers. Preliminary qualifying events usually precede the exciting eliminations events, when two dragsters race across the measured quarter mile. The winner is then pitted against another challenger, and finally the last winning car in each class is determined, called the top eliminator. Drag racing events are sponsored and supervised by the National Hot Rod Association, and a recent national competition was attended by more than 60,000 spectators. Currently, the elapsed time record is below 8 seconds, and speeds are in excess of 190 miles an hour. But this group of California speedsters are challenging those marks. Many of them have already brushed the 190-mile mark in sanctioned events. Here's a set of plans belonging to an unusual kind of auto enthusiast, the antique car buff. And the project, an exact replica of Henry Ford's original quadricycle. The Autolite spark plug is about the only component that isn't handmade, aside from a few standard nuts, bolts, and gears. The quadricycle was the first vehicle built by the auto pioneer. The 100th anniversary of his birth is being observed this year. Even the outsized wheels had to be built from scratch. George DeAngelis of Allen Park, Michigan, started building the replica about 3 years ago. Previously, George had restored several early Fords. This, however, is his most ambitious project, completed just in time to be featured in a reenactment of Henry Ford's first trial run in his quadricycle in 1896. The ceremony is part of Detroit's Henry Ford Centennial Observance, and DeAngelis begins the tour from the original location of Henry Ford's Bagley Avenue workshop. The two-cylinder quadricycle develops between 3 and 4 horsepower and has a top speed of 18 miles per hour. Other ancient car buffs follow along in an equally impressive display of restored antique cars. Driving is faster now and more comfortable, but you can't beat this original compact for fun, and it's pretty hard to beat the view and all-around visibility. If you're a camping enthusiast, you're part of the nation's fastest-growing group of sportsmen. And this year, you'll be seeing some extraordinary camping units, both in sportsman shows and in camping areas across the country. The newest trend is to sectional units which can be installed in the Econoline van or side-loading club wagon. One section consists of a 4-burner cooking stove, a nice chest, and with the section of the Formica top removed, a sink and fresh water supply. The most luxurious unit offered is the Condor, and there are numerous other camping outfits as well to fit nearly any budget. One of the most popular is this camper body, which mounts on the chassis of a 250 truck. Camping takes on a new complexion from coast to coast. It's not the rugged, back-to-nature life as in the past. In California, well-kept camping grounds offer a variety of family activities. While the youngsters gamble in the surf under the watchful eyes of Mother, Dad wrestles with what he hopes will be a monster of the deep. And there are those who prefer to sun themselves and contemplate the beauties of nature, or satisfy an appetite which suddenly knows no bounds. Even if you prefer lounging with a group of family friends, you'll find plenty of company among a new breed of campers who seek the fun and relaxation of outdoor living from coast to coast.
Your vacation can be a lot more fun if you'll adapt some of the techniques of top professional models. I'm Eileen Ford, and this is Elaine Winston, arriving at our summer home for a week's vacation. Along with a carefree car, she has a carefree wardrobe, all packed in this tiny bag of tricks which doubles as a handbag. The secret is in featherweight fashions of Chemstrand nylon, like her two-piece double-knit suit, a delight to drive in, and my slim pants and easy-fitting overblouse. Cool, comfortable, and gay as a summer garden. This magic basket really does contain her entire week's wardrobe, all made possible by fabrics designed by Wilroy into high-style outfits which weigh as little as 3.5 ounces. They emerge wrinkle-free and ready for instant wear. Like this vivid blue shift dress, which can be worn with or without a belt. The key to a successful vacation wardrobe is versatility. Outfits that are just right for any number of occasions, for bicycling, boating, or sightseeing. There's a high comfort factor in these Banelon warp knits. Slim, tapered pants topped with a zippered and hooded jacket. There's also a sleeveless blouse and a slim sheath skirt, which can be worn with either top. For an afternoon of shopping, followed by dinner or dancing, Elaine changes into the new shape of the Empire line, which moves with supple grace and is also of Chemstrand nylon in fashions designed by Wilroy. For the beach or beside the pool, this gracefully pleated bathing suit in a vividly colored abstract print, much like a piece of modern art set to motion. In a flash, a tie skirt converts it to a sundress. Again, a versatile ensemble which would be more than welcome on the patio for luncheon. Carefree beauty care will do as much to enhance your vacation as a carefree wardrobe. Elaine, as well as many of my models, retains a fresh, natural look by using a good skin moisturizer such as Night Miracle to protect her lovely complexion. Model Shade, which is a new sort of rouge, lets you mold your face into flattering new contours. An invaluable part of the hair plan is a little matching hairpiece called a pastiche. By combing with your own hair, the most elaborate hairdos can be created in minutes, especially if you have the new blunt haircut with every strand about the same length. I've described it in the June issue of Ford Times magazine. Within a half hour of Elaine's last swim, she's a picture of loveliness in an oriental gown, ready for another exciting evening in her happy, carefree vacation.